This is the WZ-111-5A, a Tier 10 Chinese collector heavy, a vehicle which features solid DPM, good alpha damage, alright accuracy, great gun depression, and a very solid turret with good mobility. Sounds like it's got everything going for it. What's the downside? Well, it's two major downsides. First of all, the vehicle has zero hull armor. The vehicle used to actually have pretty good hull armor, but Wargaming nerfed it to a point now where nobody's going to bounce it with standard ammo, which is kind of irritating. The other thing that Wargaming still has refused to buff since the vehicle's release is the pen. I do not understand why. Wargaming has now buffed the IS-7 pen from what was 300 mils of APCR to 336. But the 5A, yep, still has 303 mils of heat, making it the worst penetration Tier 10 heavy in the game. It's in fact so bad that a light tank, being the XM66 Sheridan, or XM551 Sheridan, has more pen. It's just kind of crazy that Wargaming is giving light tanks more pen than Tier 10 heavies at this point. But, you know, that makes sense. The 5A needs a heat pen buff. It's not really much of like a suggestion at this point. I mean, the heavies that it's going up against are like the E100, which you physically can't pen the turret on. The what else do we have? VZ55, you can barely pen anything on the vehicle while it's all down. Good luck penning a Super Conk in a 5A. It's just really, really stupid nowadays. The only tank I have as support is maybe the Yag. I mean, this Sheridan clearly has zero brain cells when fighting this enemy. We love accuracy. But yeah, the Sheridan has zero brain cells. Dude literally YOLO'd an STB. Thought it would go well for him, and then when he got absolutely butchered, had nowhere to go but reverse. Alright, well, we do have support. I'm going to move up. Looks like the STB is not with support, so we're going to try and see if we can bonk him. Oh boy. Oh boy. They've got a lot of death. Thankfully, we do get a pen into the enemy STB, and the Ag is only able to see our turret and ends up bouncing. Alright, well, we got the Sheridan all the way in the back, but I like how camo values work in this game. The Sheridan's able to just disappear in front of us. Alright, well, at least we were able to get the STB cleared. You can see where the solid DPM and accuracy do work quite nice, as long as apparently you're not shooting at the guy frontally. But you can also see where we can barely pen the Yag. Even with Kali on, we can't pen that vehicle superstructure. Any other Tier 10, we pen that Yag. But 5A, unfortunately, that is not the case. Thankfully, we do hit him pretty hard, 474 damage, and the Sheridan is probably going to die. Oh, never mind. The Yo's just going to push me. Yeah, thanks, bro. That's exactly what I wanted. Thankfully, we are running Kali, so we can pen the Yag superstructure. So, quite a nice thing there. We're just going to push the Yag, and there you go. Nice shot into his vehicle. We're going to stay on his side. He's probably going to go for the Yo, which he does. Oh, now he's going to go for me. Interesting. Very, very interesting decision. Thankfully, we're able to clear him. I thought he was going to go for the Yo. That would have been the logical decision, but oh well. Sounds like a him problem at this point. We got the Progetto and the Badger off to our side, and I don't really want to put myself in a position where these guys can shoot me, but at the same time, I feel like it is kind of mandatory. Let's aim it on that Sheridan. Ah, yeah, shoots us on the move. Roll 601, because that's making sense. Alright, well, I don't have much support here. I will admit that right now. There you go. Get a nice shot into the enemy. Oh man, but this is looking really bad. Our Yo is missing every shot he's firing, which is really, really unfortunate. Thankfully, I pen the HE on that player. Do have the Badger on us, and I get stuck, which is really, really bad. And I'm still stuck, but we do get the pen into his vehicle. What I'm hoping right now is that I can back the Badger up like this. And there you go. He's going to get shot by one teammate, and we're going to not pen him in the lower plate, because, you know, that's what not having heat pen entails. And now we're going to try and fight the Prog. Prog rams me, loses a decent chunk of his HP. Then we pen him once for 440, and we're going to back on up. The only way that I win this engagement is if the Prog bounces me, but looks like he had 2 shells, so unfortunate. Honestly, I can't blame the 5A fully for this this game. In fact, I don't think I can blame the 5A at all. We really did as much as we could here. We pushed as aggressive as we could, tried to clear our opponents, and we lost just because of kind of bad teammates. If that Sheridan didn't hit us on the move for 600, we probably could have won that engagement there, but because he did, we lost 600 health due to a high roll, and we couldn't really fight the 5A or Progetto. But we did good. We did 5,000 damage. So while this tank does have some downsides, you can see the gun is still really solid. You are able to pump out damage like crazy. It's just rather unfortunate that its pen really does let it down. So here we are, second game, and what do we have up against us? We got a 50B and a mouse. Okay, that's all they got for heavies. I mean, XM66F also counts as a heavy, so I'm going to put that there in the comparison. Now, the thing about the 5A is that originally I was running rammer on the vehicle, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, why am I running rammer? I run Cali on a lot of my mediums, so why would I put rammer on this vehicle? Man, I love how our Super Conk says, be smart, and then proceeds to drive his heavy towards the factory, when going hull down to this side of the map is flat better than going to the factory, because you're able to block off the mediums. But hey, you have fun there, Super Conk. You have fun. I'm going to make my way over here. Thankfully, the majority of our team is at least supporting me, so we're going to see what we can do. That Super Conk's going to have fun. Yeah, keep going, bro. That's going to go well for you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I do love skilled teammates, calling everybody bad and then proceeding to drive full speed into the enemy team. That's clearly skilled. you know skill when you see it. So it's a 6 versus 7 at this point. We do see base C as being captured, and I'm not sure by what, but I'm hoping that I can maneuver my way over towards base C fast enough that we can possibly get a bleed in. There you go. It's the 268. We got a nice HE for 567 into his vehicle. Unfortunately, we got a mouse on us, and the mouse is not going to bounce, and in fact, he's going to roll a very... Oh, man. Oh, no. That is not what I signed up for, game. That is not what I signed up for. Thankfully, with our turret armor only showing, it means that we actually can probably get some bounces here. So let's back up. We do have support from the V4, which is quite important. I don't like this at all. Gotta be honest. Let's see. I'm just gonna wait here. The problem is right now base cap. That's this big problem. Alright, let's see. We got the 268, and he's trying to go through mid, which is an interesting decision on his part. There you go. Nice 487 damage shot into the 268 once. Are we going to be able to... Now we got the XM on our side, too. Alright, well, let's bonk the 268. We got a nice shot into his vehicle. And we're going to reload now. 4, 3, 2, 1... Wow. That is the worst player I've seen in a long time. The problem is now we have an XM66F on us, and I don't really think I can counter that vehicle at all, to be completely real. There you go. Nice shot into his vehicle. And I'm just going to run if I can, because that's a 183, and nobody wants to fight a 183, gonna be honest. Alright, well, let's see. 183 is looking at me, so we get one nice pen into his vehicle. Now we're going to go over this way. We're going to keep going this way. And the 183 is going to try and hit me. And he does, because, you know, that's how 183s are. They always hit every shot they shoot. So how fun. Then we're going to get a shell into the XM. He's going to continue YOLOing me, because he clearly does not like me that much. And we're able to back up, and we're able to not get him again. Man, we've been getting some really fun teams here today. Well, guess what? We were actually able to win that game and deal 3,700 damage in the process. I think this was a good example of what the 5A is capable of doing. Its DPM is great, and when you pair that with the mobility and solid gun depression, it does make for a very enjoyable experience. And while the tank does have some downsides, overall, I still really enjoy playing it. The biggest downfall of the 5A is the fact that you can just kind of YOLO it, and the armor isn't good enough. Thankfully, it does have good DPM, and its alpha does mean that it can stand its ground. Like, if you YOLO this tank and you have less HP, you might regret that decision, and that's what happened there. That XM66F YOLO'd me, and we brought him down a decent chunk. The 183 lost, what, 1,000 health from us? So we were able to get some good bonks out in the process. It was really annoying that 183 was able to hit us to begin with. As I will always say, personally, I hate the idea of the 183 existing in the game. Personally, I believe it should be a tank only available to game modes, for the reason we just saw previously. I mean, a player can just YOLO you and take 1,000 off you. They're not going to win. I mean, the dude literally killed himself to shoot me, but it's still so annoying as a skilled player to try and keep your hit points till the end of the battle, to have one player, for no reason, just full speed YOLO you, nuke his tank for it in the process. and take 1,000 off your health. It's always such an irritating aspect. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about the 5A. I really like the vehicle, and while it does have downsides, it's still definitely a vehicle capable on the battlefield. I would definitely do a lot to balance this tank out properly, but I think it's in an alright state currently. If Wargaming just buffed the heat pen, it would be a lot better. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.